almost ready to get a new one. Yeah, super blurred.
For real? Ragged ass iPhone don't say shit. Yep, we all
Okay. All right, Shalom Makim, Wagwa. First and foremost, before we start, we want to give all the praises, glory, and honor unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakakulash.
Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations unto the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And we simply just gonna go right into it. Now, as y'all can see, we streaming on the secondary channel because the main channel got hit. Esau, his feelings got hurt, and he got cut up, and he struck the channel. So now we streaming live on the secondary page. So, and hey, what does that show? That this devil he's affected by this truth, by this word going forth. The more this word goes out, the more he's exposed. All right, so we're living in beautiful times, man. All right, the whole Kanye controversy, that's all just fuel.
Yeah.
It's only just adding into what the Lord already has, in stores. And so, like it real quick, that's why the scriptures say you can't do nothing against the truth or for the truth. Every time this devil tries to attempt to sabotage or try to stop, the truth from going out, the more it's exposing who he is.
All right.
Exactly.
He's basically giving himself away with the measures and tactics that he has to resort to. Blackballing you, silencing you, shaming you. Censoring your content.
Right.
Voltaire, that was a profound statement he said. To find out who has rule over you, find out who you can't criticize. So they're proving the point. But you was gonna say what?
Yeah, I just want to make a quick point, which was everything is, you were saying, being fuel to the fire.
Mm-hmm.
And what is it? What is leading up to what the Most High has planned anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, as much as they want to stop this Israelite agenda, so to speak, to say it loosely that way, by saying that they're trying to back the fact that they're the Jews, but we're not, and hit Kanye with all kinds of he crazy, this and that, right?
Mm-hmm.
These conspiracy theories and all of this stuff. At the same time, that's going to bring the heat down on us that do believe that we're the Israelites,
Right.
Yeah.
who's going to lead us right more into Jacob's trouble,
Right.
right? So all of that's lining up, to line up beautifully with the plan that the Most High has anyway.
Right.
It's further revealing him, and he's going to show us horns, because he's going to have to come down with the draconian measures even harder on the people, the squeezers. He's going to have to come through these cities like a flood to come and get us.
Yep.
Right. So everything that the scriptures say in prophecy that's got to happen, we can see it all lining up.
Yes,
and everything that Kanye is saying, whether he's off or not, he's bringing light to it, but it's off. Like if you put one of us up, or an apostle great millstone with somebody up, you gonna get the raw and uncut truth, and you ain't gonna be able to gainsay against it. But they got a guy that know a little bit here, a little bit off there. And there's a little bit slipped off his man's a little while.
Yeah.
So it just looks beautiful the way that they can just wipe him off.
Because based off of that momentum from him being used, him being who he is and having the platform, all it's going to do is just, open up the floodgate. It's going to basically crack this thing open even wider.
Yeah.
Where Jake is going to get Jake thing, it's going to bring them right to where they need to be.
And a lot of Jake know that they Israelites.
Yeah.
But they don't know the next step over.
And what it's going to do with Kanye speaking out is it's going to sift also, because it's those that really want to hear about this truth and want to look further into these things, and they're going to go through the proper avenues to find out if these things are true. Then you got those that like to hear the sensationalism, the truth, but they're not really diligent, so they're not going to look into these things. So it's really sifting the elect, and it's beautiful that he, like you said, he doesn't know a lot, but what he does know, he's putting it out there, and the ones that they elect that are going to hear hear this and be quickened with the Spirit to look deeper into these things, they're going to find this truth. They're going to find the real teachers, the real, you know, the real doctrine.
He's opening up the conversation is what he's really doing on a mainstream level. Y'all got it.
2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
And we have fallen away. We fell away when we lost our statute, laws, and commandments. When we lost our heritage.
We discontinued.
Yeah, all of those things, right? We don't know who we are. How are we just a color in a crayon box, and everybody don't have no land of origin? But we know we came over here as slaves from somewhere. But then they don't accept us where we known to come from. And the ones that are here, the northern kingdom that was just here, they just been here forever. And you know, this stuff don't add up. But when you really do the research, you'll see that it all lines up.
And what's funny is the so-called J, usually they'll come with facts and you know, give you a whole rundown. They're not doing that. No. They're just saying it's anti-Sim and that's it. That's where they cut it at. Like, okay, that's it.
You're hurting feelings.
Right.
That's all it is.
Esau usually goes into, okay, this is right.
You got all the science out there behind you, but you ain't got no evidence, man, because you know you can't refute the things we're saying.
That's right.
But our people have been lost because they did fall away and have been deceived by this man. But as that time comes, Ezekiel 37, where people are starting to get that information to wake up, but they don't have a breath in them yet.
Real quick, since you mentioned that, this is Second Esdras. Let me go right to it real quick. Second Esdras 6 and verse 20, and it says, "And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see altogether."
If I could throw in a token right quick, a token is this man being revealed.
Yeah, that's a
who
sign.
is this man? This is a sign. You can see who this devil is. He ain't the holy man that you thought he was. He's the damn devil the Bible speaks of, the wicked that's been on the earth, bringing ruin and murder and rape and everything else to the place.
Like the scripture said, John 8:8, the thief cometh not but for to steal, kill, and to destroy. That's his whole MO. That's his agenda. Hey, that was the position Yahawashi ordained him to be in, man.
And he has deceived the world into thinking he's not that, or all of his people aren't that, but deep in their heart they are. The real Edomites. Okay, you have more, brother?
Jumping down to verse 28, it says, "As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared."
Yeah, and Kanye is just opening up. I'm just using him as a springboard, if you will.
Most sides use it.
Right.
Really.
So he's opening up. So he's creating that conversation where the deception can really be talked about. It's different when you say, "Oh man, I think we the real Jews." Well, what's your backup? That's when the next brother comes and shows you the facts out of, the artifacts even out of the book to show you the Russian icons, what the scriptures say. Yeah. And here's the best part about it is faith-based. But our spirit do dwell within this word and in the spirit of this word. And that's a very strong determining factor of who we are. Back on easy.
2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Hey, in order before the Lord bring this devil completely down, he has to expose him. This is the reason why, because the spirit of the Lord got the prophets focusing on Esau. Probably like all the things that we go into, Esau is always attached to a lot of these prophecies, because he would be the man that will be used instrumental in these prophecies happening. Because he's what he's prophesied to be, what the end of the world. Esau is the end of the world, so we're at the end. So we got to prophesy against Mount Seir and all the things that he's doing. Everything that the Lord said that he would do. We're and the prophets are out there calling it out, and we also prophesying his end. We have to call his end before he actually goes down. Okay, and that's why I entitled this lesson "A Time to Break Down and a Time to Build Up." We're in a time where Esau, his kingdom, his world, All right, and all the strongholds that he set up is all being broken down through the spirit and power of Yahawashi. Simultaneously, the nation of Israel, starting with the elect, the house of David, the church of Yahawashi, that's being built up. So these things are simultaneously being done by the Heavenly Father, man. So Esau, everything that he's putting his hands to, hey, is the Lord is putting kinks in it. That whole anti-Semitism narrative, with Kanye saying what he said about how could I be anti-Semitic when I'm Semitic.
Right.
That's going and a lot of that kind of a lot of Jake's kind of like brush that over. Like they just it just went over Jake's
Well,
head.
you got to
like,
do research.
Yeah. Jake just concentrated on the Jews running the media.
Small hats.
Small hats running the media. That's what they was main focuses on.
Yeah,
They did
surface level.
surface level shit.
Now, the other
George
part,
Floyd and shit.
you're right.
Yeah.
The White Lives Matter.
That
You
got
see
me
that
back.
stuff.
They gave more attention to that bullshit than the actual things that matter.
Right. And now it does look like it was special because he got the attention and then he said some real shit once he got it. Now it was tainted, it wasn't pure, but still he got the attention. The other thing I like that he said was how did he go? Oh, I want all of them to know. I want all their kids and people that follow me and listen to my music
Why are they mad at
and buy my shoes. Why is Ye mad at us? What did our people do to his people? And everybody should know that there's a certain people that had his people in slavery, so to speak. So the narrative is opening up, man. This is a good narrative, and it's exactly what you coined this video.
Yeah.
You can see this man's shit crumbling.
This shit is
Or
crumbling.
any identity thief or any person vagabond.
Yeah.
When you call out
His
who
whole
he is,
narrative, all his lies, the strongholds, is all being broken down.
It's the spirit too, because when we go into that image of the statue in the book of Daniel, and it goes into the four parts of it, and it says at the end is what the iron mixed with miry clay, and we understand that iron or the iron mixed with the miry clay kind of defeat, right? That is being broken down, it's crumbling, man, it's decomposing, and the scripture talks about what the rock. That was
those feet.
Exactly, that was thrown at those feet, man.
Yeah,
Understand that's who? That's Yahawashi, man.
Keep going.
Because what the spirit of Yahawashi is breaking down his kingdom, and that's exactly the point that we're at.
Here you go. And it's what's building us up.
Okay.
You got it.
Yeah, it is.
2 Thessalonians 2:4, who opposes and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he as God.
Because Edomite has a God complex. Okay, he thinks he's God and the world centers around him and his decisions and moves. Most High gonna break that, is breaking that down to where he's showing him he is not God but a man, and he can be killed.
And he's showing the world right now that he's trying to show the world that he's the Most High right now by the science and technology and the artificial intelligence he's managed to build. His whole the whole infrastructure of all your monetary financial transactions is going to be controlled, monetized, programmed, where you can search out your every move. Right now in Australia, their banks are going to start calculating everybody's carbon footprint. They're literally going that route with it. The UN, they all these different countries, they talking about a national digital ID. This is all tying into that one world digital state control system we've been telling you about, which is all going associated with the image of the beast in his mark.
Right.
So to land back off of what you were saying as well with the carbon tax, what they're doing as well is they're charging farmers, I believe in 2 years, they're really taxing them for the burps and farts of their cows.
Yeah,
literally, like for the burps and farts of their cows, So this shows you, that's just like, as you mentioned, another unrighteous decree, along with the BS that Esau is bringing into the people, man.
So eventually, it's going to put the farmers out of business because they can't continue to produce and pay all these extra taxes on top of it's there's really no future for them, let alone other industries.
Right. Right.
So that he is so that as God sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is God. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then,
and this is why the Lord is allowing Esau to go that extra mile in the things that he's determined to do. Setting up his New World Order agenda, all right, setting dates and years where he wants certain things accomplished.
Yeah.
Digital,
Agenda 2030.
2030, all these different things.
They want to have all electric cars by this date, and in California, you can't the selling of gasoline cars going to be prohibited at year 2030. All these agendas, like the brothers going into.
Yeah, all digital currencies, on one grid. They're talking about over there in Saudi Arabia. They want to build a 9-mile long city.
9 million people can live in there.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. That's what these devils is up to.
Right.
All right, but as they're doing these things, they're being revealed. We're in that time, man. All right, Jeremiah 49 was at verse 10, and I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. He cannot hide himself. He's telling himself just based on his actions, and then with us calling him out. All right, so hey, this thing's finna go, man, and this is where we at right now is gonna separate the truth from the fake,
right?
Because you're gonna have more that's gonna be emboldened to come out against this devil, and you're gonna have more people that's gonna continue to tuck their tail. They're gonna be fearful. They're gonna bow down to the beast.
Right. And Most High is expediting this thing by using these guys like the Kanyes, and whoever else eventually is gonna, like the brother said, is gonna be bold and and just come out and say, say something that they saw more likely on a Hebrew Israelite video, and with some truth in it. Yeah. They may not be full truth, but it's gonna have some truth in it, which is gonna, like I said, expedite this. The Lord is speeding up the times for the elect's sake, and He's using Jake to do it. He's using these celebrities, these people that have some status that that the Lord knows that people will listen to, that have an influence, and it's gonna wake up the elect. And the Lord can have a nigga like Drake, or somebody that's in a higher status just start speaking truth, just start prophesying, and even though Esau gonna cancel him, but shit, 500 million people have seen it already, something like that. So the Most High is like, hey, we say he could deliver us at the end of this year if he really wanted to, and who knows when we're going to be delivered, Lord willing, we're those men, but the Lord Most High gonna make this shit fast. He ain't gonna he done waste of time.
Go ahead.
2 Thessalonians 2:8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness.
Let me speak on that. With the spirit of his
mouth.
Hey, as we're being built up in the spirit of Yahawashi, what's happening? We're burning this man. Somebody grab that one. Is it in I will make my word.
Jeremiah 23.
Yeah.
Obadiah. Yep, exactly.
Jeremiah 23.
Jeremiah 23. That goes.
And somebody can even hit that one in Obadiah. 17 in Obadiah.
Yeah, I think
which that's going into Esau being exterminated.
Right.
Yeah. So we know that what it means by the spirit of his mouth consuming him, that's ultimately talking about how the spirit resting upon the men who have the testimony.
Right.
Because the testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy. The fact that we're prophesying this man's downfall is what's consuming him.
Yeah.
Because we've been talking about it. We already said that you were gonna go into the apostles were saying years ago, the moment you start messing with Iran, the moment you start messing with them countries over there, it's gonna be a wrap. Next thing you know, now you got the bear being stirred up. You're poking a bear now. And then last we just found out that Iran got drone weapons that Russia's using to fight with Ukraine.
Kamikaze drones.
Kamikaze drones. You know. So you're being dragged into the Third World War.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got all these rivers drying up, right?
Yep.
You got, and then you all these different things that's happening, which you think that these things are going to happen to your benefit, but really it's just showing that the Lord's word is true, because you're going to squeeze everything that these people, the world has, and try to starve them out to get them to bow down to your image and receive that mark. So we already knew how you was going to do that all along. How you going to bring forth the MOTP, the Karagma. So even though you think it's working in your favor, really it's working in the favor of Yahawashi Yahawashi.
Right. And they only can account for something earthly. They can't account for this celestial, heavenly energy and power that's coming to change and shake up the whole physical earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, another thing, the chariots, man.
Mm-hmm.
The apostles, the brothers, we've been talking about the chariots for years. Now you're starting to see them manifest very frequently.
Yep.
And now it's like you can't even go without sighting them. You had 6 different airlines that had flights coming to America, to Babylon. They all spotted chariots.
Didn't they say silent? Didn't they silence their pilots where they couldn't speak on them?
Yeah, they told them to keep quiet about it.
Yeah.
But all 6 of them, they all spotted chariots on their way to Babylon. What you think that mean, man?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's all playing out, man. All right, you devils getting ready to get broken down, and you are being broken down through the Spirit.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yep.
Hosea 6:5. Therefore have I hewed them by the prophets.
Yeah.
I have slain them by the words of my mouth.
Mm.
And thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Let me back you up with the one in Jeremiah 23. Where it is. Jeremiah 23 and 29. Is not my word like as fire, saith the Lord, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces?
Yeah, it is. I think there's one in Jeremiah 5. Yep.
You got it?
It's Jeremiah 5 and 14. Wherefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them.
That's the one I want.
Yeah.
It sounded like the other, that's the one that'll work.
Yeah. So these devils, they're being affected. They're hurt by the word, and this is why Esau is he's agitated by how much truth is coming forth on the platform that he set up.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucked up because because we even read the ones like in Obadiah talking about his physical end, or the ones in Ezekiel 35 and stuff like that, and it's like, oh, you just gonna cuss us out and make us your slave, right? No, it's worse than that.
Yeah.
And that reality sucks, man. That's not a cool reality to have to live if you're an Edomite, but that's a deserving one. And that's as it says in Sirach 25. Hey, it's a joyous thing for us to see that day come to pass.
Right.
And it builds us up in our faith, man, knowing that one day, soon in our lifetime, this is gonna be over, man.
Because if we was just some crazy niggas talking about going back to Africa or some Egyptology shit, it wouldn't be a big deal. It wouldn't be. But when we're speaking truth, that's the thing about it. Because we know Kanye was kind of off, but he said some things that has some truth in it. That's what really stirred up Esau. The truth is what really, you know, if we were lying, if we were just making up shit, Esau would just say these niggas is crazy, they bugged out, and moved on. But what we're bringing out is prophecy and history, and Esau knows it's the truth, so therefore they're gonna eventually come down on us.
And that just shows you that the Lord is taking the power away from Esau, you know, by putting Kanye up there to, you know, throw out them words. I can't be anti-Semitic. I am Semitic, you know.
Right.
You know, words like that, you know, phrases like that, you know, it's something to make you think, you know.
And how they're going about dealing with it is taking away their credibility.
Yep.
Because if you correct, you shouldn't have nothing to worry about. There shouldn't be no.
Bring out the history books.
Yeah, bring it out.
Like we always tell vocab, show us where the Edomites was done away with.
Yeah.
Right.
Show us, please.
We wrong, show us.
Right.
Even the name Jewish, you know,
Yeah.
the ISH pertains to the, it's not pure, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
He's like them, he's not them.
Yeah, and that tells you they're converts.
Yeah,
You gotta do the history on how they converted over to, you know, our heritage.
Like the fake J's, the fake Jordans is almost like Jordans. They look like them, but they're not the real Jordans. You got it, bro.
That's it.
You back in Thessalonians?
Yes, 2 Thessalonians 2:9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders.
And part of his revealing is the shit he's doing. What did it say? Power and what is it working?
Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan,
Yep.
with all power and signs and lying wonders.
This is the man that's putting up these power and signs and lying wonders that only a demonic, satanic man would put out there. The wicked would put out there.
And media.
Yeah.
The media.
Well, his first form of media when he came back into power was painting up Cesare Borgia as the Lord, man.
Yep.
You
Witchcraft.
know? That's the old school form of media right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It wasn't just hearsay. Then he put the image up.
Then he bringing the sword out, you know. So it's like, fear me, you know.
Yep. That was straight up mind control what they did.
Yep.
You know, when they put that image up and went around the world, they went on a world tour with that image and mentally fucked our people. Right. That was mind control. To this very day, you can see it played in our people's conscience because how they treat this devil.
Then they still doing it. You see that mock-up they had about the Lord, what he would look like, you know, after he came off the cross.
Exactly.
It's Cesare Borgia, man.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Still can't get that image out their head.
I mean, you didn't go back further. You didn't make him tanned at least. You just make him exactly like
Yeah, they used to say he's olive color, right?
Yeah,
Like brown skin. That made him look like an Edomite. Like, come on, man. The majority of the world know that the Lord wasn't no so-called white man. But they still trying to push the same lie over and over again.
It's always, no matter what, he's not a dark-skinned black man with a woolly afro. That's for sure what's not gonna get out when they put the image of the Messiah.
Yeah, they just made in the RT there's an article saying a hyper realistic body. The Messiah.
It looked like brown people like looking over the statue, right?
Mm.
Even these other nations bugged out. That's Revelation 20, man. Fucking Satan, the serpent, coming back into power during the Renaissance. He's still in power, but we're at the last seconds of his power, man. You know, because the prophet is out to reveal this man. All right, before he get fucked up by Yahawashi.
That's right.
That's it. I got more on this. Verse 10. And with all deceivableness and of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And as for this cause, Yahweh shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie.
You can already see us starting. Like we said, we're just using the Kanye angle of this whole thing. And it's bigger than that. It's way bigger than that. But just using that angle alone, what do you got these 2/3 ass niggas talking about? Oh, this nigga crazy. Ever since he went and talked to Trump, ever since he got with that Kardashian, ever since he did the such and such album, he ain't been right since.
Shit, that nigga, he's remorseful now that he's been in bed with this devil so long. It's kind of too late. He want to expose, but you took the oath.
Yeah.
Sold out.
And the right thing for him to do is to put himself up there as a sacrifice.
Right.
Because they gonna get him. They all the ones that start speaking at the end of their careers, they got them.
What Esau
Michael
does,
Jackson's, the Princes, they got them niggas.
Esau does, they'll let this shit cool down and then, sweep that shit under the rug, and next thing you know, this nigga be found in a hotel room.
Kanye West crashes Lamborghini into a tree.
Something.
On his own property or some random shit.
They'll do it. They'll mock him and probably have him. They'll probably drug him up and shit and have him drive somewhere and get into a fatal accident, and then have Through the Wire playing and shit on through the media.
Or have him drown and say he tried to walk on water like Jesus walked.
They'll do some shit like that.
They're that low.
They did that to Prince. Had him on the elevator in his crib.
Oh.
Yeah, because he in that one song, I forgot how to go.
I can't think of the song.
Yeah. And they tried to say he was a drug user. They the same thing they gonna do with Kanye.
Yeah.
They did it before when he was in the hospital when he came with the blonde hair. Yeah, but who was reading?
Or they might not kill him. Maybe it's an Amalekite behind him pushing him. I never thought about that because there's division between them families too, man. The Lord set a division everywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
in His own kingdom.
If that's true, if a small hat is behind Kanye rebelling like that, that's just giving more credence to the scriptures because it says that his own tongue would fall upon himself.
That's what I was thinking about.
So they're divided amongst themselves anyway. So it's nothing for them to expose their own. A lot of it's Amalekites that throw their own people under the bus.
Off of Kosar.
Yeah.
The 13th tribe.
Yeah, they be revealing shit about their own, man.
Yeah.
A lot of them know that they're not the true people, man. They denounce it and they don't. And we had a damn devil this past week, last Sunday at camp.
Yeah.
He rolled up on us and he thought that we was actually siding with the small hats, but he didn't understand our stance. But he was basically denouncing them. He was denouncing what they do against the Palestinians. And that's another thing. All those slaughters, all the murders that they've been doing against those Palestinians over these years. Millions of Palestinians slaughtered. And those are Shemitic people. But you don't call that anti-Shemitic. That's not Right.
Y'all the only ones that can play that.
They're the only ones that can use the Sims card, the anti-Sim card.
Right.
Come on, man. That's why. But hey, right now we're in a time where, like it says in Isaiah the 25th chapter, that veil that's covered, the cover cast over the nations, that bed that's spread, is now being peeled back. So the more this truth comes out, the more that web of lies is being, peeled off. So more and more people are starting to figure shit out, man. And these devils can no longer hide, under those web of lies, man. They can, you can't. Hey, he can no longer hide himself.
He's been on the run. What's he say? He'd be on the run. He's a
vagabond.
Yeah, he's been on the run. He's hiding under this identity, and he felt that he was going to be safe hiding under the identity of the chosen people.
Because no one else was claiming to be those.
Right.
But now that we bring Most High bringing the spirit of our identity back to us, our heritage coming back to us. Now we're like, hey, we gotta be us because that clearly ain't them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're breaking certain points that clearly ain't them.
Yeah.
Breaking them down and building us up.
Yeah. Everything that he's built for himself is now through the spirit being broken down. Yeah. And that's why they're trying to, all type of several attempts to try to tear down or break down what the Lord is building up. You know, sending, you know, the Christians after us, sending these black conscious clowns against us.
Yeah.
You know, using these you know, psychological operations.
Using the Christian church to come against us and say we're bugged out at the same time.
Yeah.
Still pushing that shit on our people that you know, blinding them and
yeah, that plantation Christian bullshit. We're the Gentiles, we're this and that. You know, and then you got and what was I getting ready to say? Basically, you got I mean, it's just all types of attempts to try to destroy us. Or you got spies. You can't forget that too.
Oh yeah, we went into that last week.
You got spies that they're funding and sending amongst us, agents of chaos. Right. You know,
of confusion.
Of confusion. So these are all different attempts to try to destroy what the Lord is building. Hey, it's no new thing under the sun, because they tried to do that before. Going back to the time of Ezra and Nehemiah, we was building the second temple,
the walls, temple, yeah,
and they were trying to offset that. It got to the point where when we was building, we had to have hold a weapon in our hand,
have motor in this hand, and a damn sword in this hand.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, man. But hey, you can't destroy what the Lord is building. Okay.
They come on my comment board. You GMS, it's the same as brother been giving. You GMS guys are done. Just watch. I'm like, well, how? Just watch. Oh, okay, thanks. Like they want to break it up, but they don't know how. You can't break this up, man.
Okay.
If this were of men, you know, how the scripture goes, it would come to naught. But because it's of
it's Acts 5 and 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this word be of men,
when you come against us, man, you touch the apple of the Most High's eye, and then you're gonna catch a harsher wrath.
In the little ones.
Yeah, because it's just different when we're in punishment and you punish our whole people overall. That was one thing, but that time's up. Now that the elected there are being sealed, and you're trying to come against the men of the Lord and the prophets, hey man, you didn't cross the line.
Yeah.
The Most High is not gonna let that just ride. All right, you got it, bro.
Yeah.
Here you go. Somebody gonna pull that, or y'all just gonna quote it? Say it louder. If you just gonna quote it.
It's back at Acts 5 and 39. But if it's like 38, and now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi, you cannot overthrow it.
Can't overthrow this thing, man. It's in prophecy, and it's what the plan of the Most High wants to come to pass.
Yep.
There's nothing you can do against it before, as we've been saying. You got that other one? You have more?
Yeah. It says, lest happily ye be found even to fight against the Most High.
Here it is.
Yeah.
How you gonna fight against the Most High, the Creator?
Real quick, is Jeremiah 15 and 20. It says, and I will make thee unto this people a fenced brazen wall, and they shall fight against thee, but they shall not prevail against thee.
Yep.
For I am with thee to save thee and to deliver thee, saith the Lord.
And these words, and for you listening to this, these words should encourage you to stand and continue in your faith and stand bold. Right. Because that's the time we're living in. And we can grow, you know, in faith from this position.
Hey, real quick, I'm gonna apply what I just read in Jeremiah 15 to what Yahawashi said, Matthew 16 and 18. And I say unto thee, and I say also unto thee, thou art Peter, and upon this rock will I build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it.
Beautiful.
The church is being built up.
Yep.
Yeah.
The body of Yahawashi, the elect.
Yeah.
Thou can understand the house of David, the tabernacle of David.
And that's not going to be broken down. Nothing can break that down, man. Nothing is going to be able to prevail against it. Even if you're using Kanye as a double agent,
right?
You know, because and we already said it. You know, when this first started happening, this can very well be controlled opposition. Them using Kanye, but it's still, even though you're thinking that you might be using Kanye to forge your agenda, you're really helping our cause either way.
Right.
The word is still going forward.
You look at the ones that came before him that got scared away real quick. The Deshaun Jackson, Nick Cannons, You know, the other ones that came out.
Even Cube ass.
Cube. They
He
got
tried to say something,
yeah.
and then this nigga all of a
Oh,
sudden.
I hate the fact y'all put my name in this thing. I ain't never said nothing like this. Shut your
Leave me alone.
Disney. Are we there yet? Looking at us, man.
Scary
Stop.
ass.
Oh,
Yeah,
barbershop.
he said, don't bring that over
Disney
here.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want it.
That nigga, because they all compromised.
There you go. You
Right.
don't take all that. You see what happens when you talk against them.
He,
But you Ice Cube though.
he got his
America's
warning.
Most Wanted. What
Warning
happened?
already.
Yeah. Death certificate.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
happened?
He-
We can name all his albums and shit.
What?
The Predator. The fucking what's the other one after Lethal Injection? All the shit
Yeah.
that go with all the shit that you said over your life on wax. And
That
then
nigga-
and
that-
now
that
you
nigga
ain't
got
got
that
no
deal,
smoke for this man.
that big 3 deal. He
Yeah.
got
You got shit to
he got
lose.
shit to lose, man. You know,
Mhm.
he compromised. Like the brother said, he's compromised, man.
Yep. Remember that song that Cube did with Scarface, Hand of a Dead Body?
Man,
When he was talking shit
Yeah.
on that song.
all his
That nigga said y'all scared of revolution. He said that on that song. Y'all scared of revolution. I'm like, what? But that's saying
Horny Little Devil. We can name the Cube songs of the shit he went in on about this man. On Death Certificate alone, he was going in on this man.
Mhm.
Like I'm trying to think of what's that other one?
He has an outro, one of his songs where he says that everything that the white man is guilty of premeditated murder, robbery,
Yep.
theft,
Mhm.
drugs, all that, you know?
Yeah,
Everything that he accuses Jake of.
The Gorillas in the Mist is what I was saying.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that
That
song.
Lynch
whole
mob.
group, the lynch mob,
Yeah.
that whole group, and the shit that they was talking about. Yeah, come on, you just said too much, man.
Mhm.
But Minister Farrakhan told you to fall back. He talking big shit. You ain't gonna say nothing. Come on,
Yeah.
man. We know. We already know what it is, man.
Yeah, Farrakhan compromised too.
All them niggas.
Yeah, he knows. He knows.
That's the same nigga was saying we're Edomites and shit.
Yeah, he said we was Israelites, and then he came out in another speech and said that we were the Edomites and they were from Jacob. We were from Esau and they were from Jacob. Like, what the hell? And he's like, he purposely confused. Like, he did that to confuse the masses.
Yeah, and then got up in Nipsey shit talking about the MOTB.
Yeah,
Butchered the whole scripture.
bro. So all these dudes, they all are compromised, man. All right, and the scriptures talk about, because they all took the gift from Esau.
Right.
That gift was basically them selling their soul for that contract to earn, make that whole lifestyle, that luxurious lifestyle, fame, fortune, making hundreds of millions of dollars, so on and so forth. That's what they sold out for, and now you can't say nothing. You take a gift that was that in Ecclesiastes 7, oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Clearly, Kanye, even though he's a bug out, but the oppression then made the nigga mad, which is why the nigga came out and said, "Fuck it, if if I gotta sacrifice or whatever, You other niggas, y'all.
Yeah, I gave him some heart.
These other niggas, they tuck their tails real quick. This nigga, the super thug, Nori.
Yeah.
Nigga apologizing and shit. But all the other the small hats that had him come on their platform and he said the same shit he said on your platform.
Yep.
Where the fuck was their apology?
Thank you.
You the only nigga that had to come forward and apologize, nigga. That shows you how much power and control they got over you niggas, man.
That shows you we're still in captivity.
Bro.
You brought that out, right?
Ain't no freedom.
That's like a slave. He finally sets up his master to get got, and he makes the first move, but then the other slaves that now got the drop on him sees that and be like, oh no, we can't touch Massa. Oh, this guy's crazy. And pretty much after you didn't set the play up to get the master, and then to see all the slaves get scared and flake.
Yeah. Basically, you got it all set up, and okay, at 12 o'clock, we're gonna do this move, and you waiting, and ain't nobody show up.
He started attacking, and
He started attacking, and you
instead of being encouraged, you like, oh nah, I can't touch myself. I can't do it.
I'm just go to bed.
I'm just, you know, you're gonna die, son. Master's gonna kill you.
And that's because the only ones who can actually stand up against this man are the prophets.
That's it.
And everybody else can be touched, but the prophets.
Hey, because suck it. We could be touched.
Yeah.
But it's a win-win situation.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
You take us out, you just martyred us.
Yeah.
If you don't kill us, hey,
it's true.
the truth still
Our faith
stands.
is true. Yeah.
And the Lord's going to defend His elect anyway.
You do touch it. You really marked yourself.
Yeah, because the scriptures say, offenses must come, but woe unto him whom the offense cometh.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
It also says in Psalms, was that 115? He reproved kings for their sake, saying, "Touch not my anointed, and do my prophets no harm."
That's Psalms 105.
Psalms 105.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a win-win situation for the elect. That's why it's nothing for the elect to come out and be bold and say whatever what needs to be said.
Yeah.
We're not compromised. Esau is not holding a. We didn't take it back from him. He can't hold nothing over us.
Yeah. And when we say this using wisdom. Jake's out there, don't go up to your job.
Right.
You know, but you gotta say this because that's how simple Jake is.
Yeah.
Right.
He said, don't go up to your job cussing your Edomite boss out or whatever. We have a platform where we can speak this truth, and that's these videos we do online and on the street corner. You got to use wisdom. It's a time and place, So we got to just put that out there because Jake is, sometimes Jake coming into this, they simple and they want to.
Man, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I'm gonna cuss my boss out and get fired.
Right.
But I'm gonna get the kingdom.
And then a month later, he was putting out a testimony video. I'm no longer an evil Israelite. Being stupid.
Social media, got all kind of stuff on the social media that if they go right to your Facebook, nobody gonna hire you after they read your Facebook. You put all this on there, guns and shit, man. Come on.
Yeah, this ain't for the faint-hearted. This ain't for the fearful.
Not for the weak, the simple.
The scriptures say the Lord have not given us a spirit of fear.
Mm-hmm.
We and fear talking about timid, cowardly fear. All right. No, we're speaking in confidence, boldness, because we understand that the word is true. We have a sure word of prophecy. Okay. Every word in this book is faithful and true. It shall not fail, and none shall want her meat. Seek ye out the book of the Lord, and we read.
Right.
Okay.
Somebody, bro, I want to make a real quick point. I'll read it though, just so it's hits home even better, because this is the point of what I'm gonna say. It's that it said right here in Ezekiel chapter 2. You find it. So right here.
You say Ezekiel?
Yeah, it's in Ezekiel.
What does it say?
It says, and say unto them, thus saith the Lord. Basically,
You start to talk, bro.
You might as well,
because it's gonna come across. I just don't see it in it, but it's in that top part of the second verse. Ezekiel chapter 2, I'm gonna start at 1. It says, and he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me, and he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. And
just said, like the elect, all the brothers that's hearing his word, the Spirit is getting on them, and they're standing upon their feet in boldness. Notice how, like, when that happened to him, he heard the voice of the Lord, and he stood upon his feet. Was the exact same prophecy in Revelation, and the Spirit of life of the entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. So just like Ezekiel was risen up, the elect are being risen up, and Esau decided that he fears that. That's why I said, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Right.
Yeah, that's like a form of rebellion against Esau's system by revealing his ass, man.
This is a threat, man.
Mm-hmm.
See, trying to arm yourselves with guns and weapons and trying to set up a militia or, you know, all that shit. Esau, he ain't worried about that.
Nah.
This nigga, he's finna arm robots
You know,
Thank
to deal with niggas. He ain't worrying. He ain't concerned with that.
there's really no power behind that.
Ain't no power behind that. He's more concerned with the fact that everything that we're speaking is coming to life.
Right.
And it's not our words, it's the words of the Heavenly Father out of the same book
Exactly.
that he took in his mouth
Mhm.
hundreds of years ago.
You used it for its power.
Everything that he's going to do, we're telling him he's going to do it before he does it.
Exactly.
That's power.
That's power.
Yeah.
And
It's
that
not
scares
us.
him.
Yeah, of course it does. Yeah.
And we're saying it more powerfully than he's just making it say it sound like it's saying something about his power. But we're actually using it in the proper context where the whole book lines up against his ass, man.
If Kanye would have brought out the MOTB, you know, they
Right.
would have tried to just sweep that under the wall. That's never going to happen. But you know,
if
it's
he'd have said, yeah, these chips you're trying to put it,
right. But it was happening. We see it happening. You know.
Hell, he needs to say, Kanye, quit playing, man. Anyway, verse 3, it says, and he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord power, Yahawashi. Okay, then in the book verbatim it says, Thus saith the Lord God. How do you speak in the words of the Lord God? Through the Bible, by reading these words out to them. And that's why it hurts, because this ain't opinion, or it looks like our opinion. We're actually showing you what in the book where it says it. We call it out before we read it.
Right.
And that's the power.
The Most High's word is not misinformation.
Right.
Right.
All right. The Most High's word is not hate speech. It's truth.
Yep.
It's prophecy.
It's prophecy. Okay. It's living. You're subject to his word. Everything under the sun is subject to his commandment, his word. So really, there's nothing nobody can do about that. His word has everything is under the power of his word, man.
Yep.
And that's the beauty. That's the beauty of it.
The same word breaking this man down is the same word building us up.
Exactly.
Okay, right out the book.
Same book.
Same book. And it's been sitting in your hotels and in your churches and on your nightstand and in your closets or wherever you've been having them. They've been these same words been sitting there the whole time. Most of us went and just grabbed the one we the first one we could find, and it was around and looked right into it like, oh shit, this is in here. And it was waking up. You know, that spirit came upon us. Let me read verse 5. It says, and they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, and that's the part. We don't care if everybody gets this or not. We know everybody's not supposed to get it. Talking about the whole nation of our people. They're not supposed to get it. That's the beautiful part. Because you can't measure by, oh, damn, all of them waking up. No, all of them ain't going to wake up.
Nope.
It's a small remnant that you can't even number. We know the spirit of the number, but you can't actually number it. A man can't number 144,000, let alone 1/3.
Mm-hmm.
It says, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall they know that there have been a prophet among them.
That's right.
And we go into the scriptures and show you how powerful the prophets were through all of the previous captivities and civilizations, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's no different than in this time. Y'all got it. This brother's old.
I had Daniel 12:4. But actually, let me bring out Luke 6 and 24. But woe unto you that are rich, for you have received your consolation. Mm-hmm. And I look at that word consolation, it is Pericles.
Yeah, isn't Kanye West the most richest so-called black man in the world? That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
You know?
2 point some billion dollars, something like that.
Yeah.
And it, consolation, comfort, solace, that which affords comfort or refreshment. So a lot of these guys, they're comfortable in this world, you know, and you know, to receive comfort, you gotta, you know, do certain things, and you know, bow down to this devil, and to keep that comfort, you're eventually gonna have to take that MOTB, because everything is about to get real uncomfortable in this world, with you know, with this devil coming down with great wrath, food shortages, all these plagues. Everyone's going to be uncomfortable, and the prophets, the men of the Lord, we know that. We're prepared for that. We're prepared mentally for that. But a lot of these people, they're not used to that, being uncomfortable. So what are they going to do? They're going to try to do whatever they can to get back to that comfort zone.
Yeah, I looked up consolation prize. A prize given to a runner-up or a loser.
Or a loser. Thank you. That's the word I was
Loser's
using.
prize.
Right.
The loser's prize. Yep.
That whole second, third place, fourth place, ribbons and shit.
Yeah.
That's
I got
it's to make you feel like you won even though you didn't win.
Yeah.
Nelly, #1, right?
Yeah.
3 nobody. I go. 2 is not a winner, and 3 nobody remembers. Hey man, you got it, man. But nobody's gonna remember you.
Right. Someone's this Jake I used to run track with. He got second place, and he said, "Fuck that. That's a second place ain't nothing but the first loser."
Yeah.
You know, and that's what our people. You just Yeah.
You know, and it's fucked up, but it ain't. But at least, here's the good side of our coach. So when we won a consolation trophy in high school in the tournament, he was like, "Hey, but you still beat everybody else, though." Yeah. So it makes you feel better. But it ain't
that's like saying you're still an Israelite, but you're gonna get destroyed in the second death.
2/3.
Yeah. So
consolation. 2/3 get the consolation, man. You still get the kingdom, but you got to take this major L first.
That's that corruptible crown.
There you go.
Right.
They do this for the corruptible crown. We do this for the incorruptible.
Right.
You know, the Lord said, the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. You know,
that's it, man. Yahawashi, the first created spirit, and the elect men are the first created spirit of their family line. That's
right.
That's heavy, bro.
Yeah.
So they're the real winners.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they're gonna get the first pick. You know, they're gonna be part of the first resurrection.
Yep.
You know, that's hey.
And they don't have to chase in the second death. Everybody tastes that first one. They ain't got to taste in that second death, man.
And it says the tower of the flock is the Lord's going to bring to them the first dominion. Those are the real winners.
Yeah.
We got Michael, get that real quick. Michael 4:8 real quick. Real quick. So that's why we don't mind being last in this world, because this ain't our world any damn way. Why sell out to the ultimate? You got a loser who's actually on top right now.
Right.
Why the fuck would I want
to
bow down to him and be like unto him?
Yeah.
To try to make it in his.
I'm gonna try to earn a prize from the ultimate loser.
Right.
Why would that? Why?
Right.
Like you said, on his way out.
Like you said, it's corruptible. The shit in here, the shit in this life.
Anything he can give you, that shit is corrupted.
It can be taken away. Like that, all these riches, they could, like Kanye said, they can cancel them. Even him and all these other celebrities, they know that their riches can be taken away within weeks, months.
Hey, Chase Morgan, they said they don't want to do business with them.
Right.
Yeah.
So just like that, Kanye he could lose all his money, lose more money. That shit ain't real.
Able to get his funds out.
Right. Right.
Hey, let's go another level, because this is a new digital age, right? Let's just use this guy Andrew Tate. He said some things that they didn't like, and what they do, they took him off all major platforms.
Yeah.
So now he can't make money on the internet no more. He can't put his words out there. He can't build his following out there.
Yeah.
So with a guy that's not have the same platform as a Kanye West, don't get me wrong, he was growing, but it's not on the Kanye West's platform. Easily counseling. Easily. They can counsel everybody. That's why they want to put this MOTB, because they can do it quietly.
Yeah.
And just make you go sit in the corner somewhere.
Yeah. And monitor.
They can literally cut your life off.
They can literally lock you, like in Black Mirror, 15 Million Marriage, lock you in your room and you can't come out. You know?
Yeah.
Turn your thing off. Who, Michael 5?
Yeah, Michael 4.
4. 4:8.
4:8.
This is Micah chapter 4, verse 8. And thou, O tower of the flock, the stronghold of the daughter of Zion, unto thee shall it come, even the first dominion. The kingdom shall come to the daughter of Jerusalem.
That's it. The first dominion, man. And ultimately, the dominion that he's bringing to his elect is just a restoration of what they were from the beginning.
Their first
Thank
estate.
you.
The first estate.
But we're going to be better because we had that we didn't know we were good and
We
evil.
went through that. We went through that experience. The Lord upgraded us.
Yeah.
You know.
And letting us to live that righteous understanding now on earth with the pleasures of the flesh,
Man.
but in righteousness.
Now that's a real win right there. That's a real.
That's a double win.
That's a come on, man.
Just having the knowledge is a win, but everything that comes after with the kingdom, man, it's no prize, nothing in this world that could even match, could even come close to what we're, the elect is going to receive in the kingdom.
Yeah, I got something.
Yep.
Second Ezra chapter 7 and verse.
Yep. It's a team, isn't it?
Yeah, 7 and I'll start at 43. I'll just get to the point.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah. Yes, 43. It says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come.
Hey, the end of Esau's world.
Yeah.
Because we talking about the times, right? The eon, the period. When shall be the end of the first, and when shall be the beginning of one that come? Well, hey, doom is going to be his end. That's what's going to ultimately break everything this devil then set up, everything that he established and built is all going to come crumbling down on the day of the Lord, the day of doom. All right, everything. And that's when Esau is finally going to be abased and Israel is going to finally be exalted. Okay. Hey, it says that in Psalms, was that the 75th chapter? He put it down one instead of another.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's exactly what the Lord is getting ready to do, and He's already spiritually doing it. You're being put down. That's why the world is starting to hate you. You're being despised among the nations. All right, everybody's losing respect for you. Okay, the curses is slowly but surely starting to hit you. You're being put down, man. You don't even want to call yourself after what you are, an Edomite.
Right.
All right. That's to be called by your actual identity is like a byword to you. It's derogatory. You'll clip our video when we title our video with your identity on it. You spell out Edomite, and they damn near, the algorithm damn near looking at your video, getting ready to judge it. So the Lord is spiritually putting you down right now. You're being exposed, bringing all your lies out, while simultaneously He's setting up the children of Israel. He's putting us back in our order, man, right before your very eyes. Go ahead.
It says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time,
Yep.
and the beginning of the immortality for to come.
Oh man.
Wherein corruption is past, intemperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up. Truth.
That's right.
Truth. Because the world's been under the web of lies for too damn long, man. They've been under the rulers of the darkness of this world. So that's why everybody's in such a delusional state, believing in these damn lies, man. But in hindsight, you see how it's all playing out. Because now the word is going out and the truth is springing out, and now we got to receive all this backlash. The being ostracized, you're being silenced. But pretty soon the Lord's gonna come and put the world to silence.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna silence everybody. Everybody talking shit, and the truth is just gonna prevail.
What did he say? I'm gonna grab it. Wisdom of Solomon. He said, the light of righteousness fell out.
Wisdom of Solomon 5.
Yep.
Shit, you might as well start. You might as well
Start at the top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you might as well start at the top.
I was. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him. And if I may, we said this was a precursor going into the MOTB, talk about the JAB, right? And don't that righteous man look righteous right now about the decision that he put out there? Instead of talking about us, because we said don't take it, and now it's being proven that we were right about that thing. That they gotta admit that the shit was off.
Yeah, even now he's telling them boldly, oh man, you know this we knew it didn't work. Yeah, so did we.
Yeah.
You know what, bro? I was reading Wisdom of Solomon 4, like at the end, and it kind of goes right into 5, like starting like 18, because it's really talking about Esau.
I started wow. 15.
Okay.
It says, this the people saw, this is Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 15. It says, this the people saw and understood it not, neither laid it up this in their minds, that his grace and mercy is with his saints, and that he hath respect unto his chosen. Thus the righteous that is dead shall condemn the ungodly, which are living, and youth that is soon perfected, and the many years and old age.
Hey, hold on, read that last part again.
Yeah, it says, thus the righteous that is dead in verse 16 shall condemn the ungodly.
Hey, that kind of plays into how it talks about how you're gonna have those souls under the altar of the Lord that's going to be complaining to the Lord.
Yeah.
The souls of the just, the prophets, the men of the Lord that have passed on, they up in the spiritual realm, basically cursing them, you know, before the Most High, you know, telling the Most High, hey, you know, judge them, man.
When are you going to?
The souls of the just complain continually. When are you going to avenge our blood?
Yeah.
You know, you see what these wicked people are doing? Go ahead.
It says, which are living, and right? Or thus I'm reading again. Thus the righteous that is dead, right? I'm going to write what you said. It says, shall condemn the ungodly, which are living, and youth that is soon perfected, the many years and old age of the unrighteous. Yeah, because the unrighteous have lived long lives, man, and been wicked.
Live long, prosperous lives.
Yeah.
And like the brother said, live wicked.
It says, for they shall see the end of the wise, and shall not understand what the Most High in his counsel have decreed of him, and to what end the Lord has set him in safety. How's it go? There's a man that is I can't think of how the wording goes, but he does it's with us Ecclesiastes
7,
8. When it says where it says but it shall be well with the wicked.
Yeah.
It shall not be well with the wicked.
But there's a little verse in there that says that line pretty much. Your brother can just read that start 11.
8 and 11.
And their life is prolonged. They talk about how long, you know.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's right there, like at 12.
8, 13.
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 8, chapter verse 13. But start 11, God. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Now that's what the just are complaining, the righteous are complaining about. Hey man, they doing wicked. Why they all old and alive? They ain't killing them, but we righteous and we dead. Why? You know, go ahead.
Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged.
That was what I was talking about here of old age.
Right. Yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High.
And you gotta have faith to believe that, because the lives that we've lived in, it looks like the wicked is who gets off. Like the wicked, if you gotta be wicked to survive in this world, to make it in this world. But we know that it will be well with the righteous.
Which spirit fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked.
Yep.
Neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before the Most High.
That's why it says in Job 20, basically know not this of old, that the triumph of the wicked is short and the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment.
And it seems like it's forever to us because we're on man's time down on earth, but the Most High's time is like a shadow.
Mm-hmm.
That was the point, right? Let me go back.
Yeah, it seemed like he'd been ruling for a long period of time, and of course in our years, but in the times of the Most High, it's been but not long at all.
Yeah, Revelation 20 said he would rule basically for a little season.
A little season.
It ain't even
the Lord already determined the boundaries that he cannot pass.
One day is 1,000 years.
Yeah.
The Most High, and 1,000 years as a day.
Imagine a half a day.
You still remember some shit, but you ain't as mad.
Yeah.
But you still remember it though.
But the Most High is like, man, it's only been a half a day. They'll be all right.
Like, hey, I'm coming. I'm gonna crush him.
Yeah.
Hold on and let me fulfill what I said I was gonna do.
I want to see what else this nigga gonna do. He gonna keep doing it? Yeah.
You go all the way to the limit?
You got one?
I got a quick preach.
Okay.
This is Sirach 37:25. It says, the days of the life of man may be numbered, but the days of Israel are innumerable.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yes.
Hey, Esau's days are numbered. You know?
Yep.
Numbered.
He doesn't have everlasting life coming to him.
Mm-hmm.
It's already recorded that he's going to have a time where his existence is going to be erased off the planet.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we know he doesn't have everlasting life. If you preaching that Edomite has access to everlasting life, you disagree with Obadiah,
Right.
which ultimately you disagree with the Heavenly Father.
Right.
Because they have a time, there's going to be a time where they're going to be cut off from the earth.
By slaughter.
So how where would there even be time for how would they be able to live forever, but there's a cut off period for them?
Right.
Yeah.
That proves right there, like with the precept he just read, that the days of Israel is innumerable. That means that they the ones who's going to be living eternal.
Right.
We're going to live everlasting life.
And we ye are God, but we should die like men. That's a temporary state because we understand it. But when we get to that godlike state, it's going to be innumerable.
Yes.
This age of time from Genesis 6 to the first death till now, to when the wickedness was increased till now, it's going to be such a long time in the eternal space of eternity, the time of eternity. This is going to feel like, we don't remember it.
That's why the scripture tells us in Hebrews 13 and 14, that here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. Because continuance is perpetual.
Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's going to just be going on and on and on and on and on and on to where that space of time when we were mortal men learning this lesson is just going to do this until it damn near vanish away. We're going to forget about it. And our kids will never have understood what we ever went through in this situation. You know what I'm saying?
They have to be taught.
Yeah, don't have to tell them.
We were basically angels in human experiences.
Yeah.
Just angels under the human experience.
Yeah.
You know.
And the first angel
in the flesh.
Yeah, and the first angel corrected the whole scenario to where it'd be perfect and worthy of everlasting time.
The first angel had to come down and
do
it perfectly.
Yeah.
The last Adam.
Exactly.
Because the works of the prophets and the men that were righteous, those are going to be the famous men in the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah.
They're going to be the ones that are spoken of throughout time.
Yeah.
You know,
mm-hmm.
throughout time, it's going to be written of them.
Since you just said that,
Yeah.
I gotta get the precept on that.
The other nations are going to learn of us and worship us too.
Yeah.
You know.
This is what builds you up for all the bad that's coming, and because we're watching this man crumble, and we're watching us get built up and expectance for the things that we got.
Yeah. This is Proverbs 10, and this is verse 7. It says, "The memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot."
The KOA. Yep.
Yeah. Zephaniah 3:19. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out, and I will give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. And at that time I will bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord. So right now we'll be defamed. Right now we'll be the offscouring of the earth. You know, right now we'll be called extremists, terrorists, you know, false prophet, whatever you want to, whatever they want to call us.
Whatever label you want to give us.
You know what I mean? But in the kingdom, we're gonna be given praise and fame. We're gonna be how y'all look up to these celebrities now, and which them motherfuckers, they're the worst.
Yeah.
What's highly esteemed before men in the eyes of the Lord is an abomination to him. But in the kingdom, you thought Michael Jackson had it like that, where people fucking fainting and passing out just by his presence. How much more the elect under Yahawashi?
They had to even bow down to him, literally.
Right.
In the kingdom, the elect gonna get that, man.
Right. I have some real quick. Hosea 1:10.
Yep.
Yet the number of children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great is the day of Jezreel.
I got something real quick. Yeah, absolutely. This is Deuteronomy. We read the later chapters and verses in Deuteronomy. We don't read enough of these first few chapters verses. This is verse 9. It says, "The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he has sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy power and walk in his ways. And all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, Yahawashi, and they shall be afraid of thee. And the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the food of thy body, and in the food of thy cattle." Look, that's every level. Family, wealth, because wealth is with cattle. If you can afford cattle, that's your wealth. You know, health is more than infinite riches, right? It says, "And in the fruit of thy ground, and in thy land which the Lord Yahweh swear unto thy fathers to give thee. And the Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven, to give the rain unto the land in his season, and to bless all the work of thine hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow."
Going into the blessings.
Yeah, exactly the
blessings.
point. That's why else would you want to, I don't say why else, but that's another reason why you would want to praise us and we have that fame, because everything we touch is going to be turned to gold and magic, so to speak. I think to say it's going to be righteous.
Yeah.
There's a time that has to happen. And
we're not going to be just the story ain't going to just be with us being, just downtrodden and just sitting in this condition for all the rest of eternity, while this devil, this demon, this degenerate gets to just sit in power and have all this control and all this wealth. No, that's not happening like that, man. It ain't happening like that, not at all.
Let me
Okay.
get this one more part of this verse, this 13th verse, because I want.
And I know we still got to go back to
I'm
wisdom
going
of
back.
Solomon.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Yep.
Verse 13, it says, and the Lord Yahweh shall make thee the head and not the tail. We're the tail now, right? And thou shalt be above only. We're on the bottom now. When are we going to ever be the head only?
What verse are you reading?
The 13th verse.
Oh,
And thou shalt not be beneath, if thou have hearkened, so if that thou hearken unto the commandments, and we're going to be made, designed, and it's going to be written in us to follow these commandments perfectly. We'll be able to follow them perfectly. To the commandments of the Lord Yahweh by thy power, which I command thee this day to observe and to do them, which was the point I want to make. We only going to be, it's going to seem like that in that eternity of time, that we're only above, right?
It is.
Back in Wisdom of Solomon,
17, excuse me.
yep, it says, for they shall see the end of the wise and shall not understand what the Most High in his counsel have decreed of him, and to what end the Lord has set him in safety. They shall see him and despise him, but the Most High shall laugh them to scorn, and they shall hereafter be a vile carcass and a reproach among the dead forevermore.
Didn't Job say they're viler than the earth?
Mm-hmm. And they're gonna be dead in that moment, man. They have an end. These devils have an end. Their rulership has an end, man. We're approaching it. We're at it. All right. It says, for he shall rend them and cast them down headlong, and they shall be speechless, and they shall take, they shall shake them from the foundation, and they shall be utterly laid waste and be in sorrow, and their memorial shall perish.
Hey,
Let the scripture in Job say, he shall fly away as a dream.
Job 20:7.
Yeah.
Cause the memory of them to perish from the earth.
Yeah, the memory, that you're not even gonna know what an Edomite is. 2,000 years from now, you're not gonna be thinking about no Edomite. What was that? We're gonna tell inside jokes about Edomites. You know, it says, and when they cast up the accounts of their sins, they shall come with fear, and their own iniquity shall convince them to their face. Verse 5 and 1 says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. And that strangeness, man, is going to come in the form of power. Okay, a godly power. It's power that you can't, like lasers and UAPs and what? And only these people, they going and all this
They're
other
gonna
stuff.
see our change
Yeah.
before we go up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flesh and blood can't inherit them chariots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this is he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How was he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints? Mm-hmm. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us.
Man, self-conviction.
Damn, we fucked up. Edomite's gonna be like, no, they gonna.
That's gonna be a big. They got this saying, FML, fuck my life.
Yep.
That's gonna be a big fuck me moment.
Yep.
Fuck my life. Like that. Like it's gonna come to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
When they realize they were wrong.
It was at that moment.
Yeah.
We fucked up.
that moment.
Mm-hmm.
I got a quick one.
It's like and that goes not only just for the devil, but also for 2/3 of our people.
Yeah, exactly. 2 more verses. You got
Yeah,
2 more verses.
for sure, bro.
So like in verse 7, we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. And Edomites can say this, and so can 2/3 of Israel, because they followed these Edomites right down those destructive, wicked deserts, right?
That's you go back with a couple of chapters. That's that whole yellow
Yep.
spirit.
Yellow,
Yeah.
The second chapter. Yep.
Yeah, second chapter.
It says, but we, but as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. What hath pride profited us, or what good have riches with our vaunting brought us?
Man, that's Esau, and that's, you said,
The
2/3.
rich,
You know that
Trying to make
pride, because you know these niggas is prideful because they on a level, they got the money, the fame, the wealth. You know, they in a comfort state right now, but all that pride and wealth for 2/3 of our people, and the Edomites is not going to profit you shit, because it's all going to be it's tainted now. Okay, but how much more when the shit is destroyed? Shit ain't worth nothing. It can't. Your riches can't save you.
Yeah.
You know, that's what that's what they're thinking, that, oh, you know, I got money, you know, I could pay someone, and nah, your riches is not gonna save you in that day.
It's gonna make you
You
a
know,
target.
you nigga Kanye talking about, I'm going against the establishment with only $120 million in my account. Why are you bringing up your money?
Right.
They don't give a fuck about how much money you got, bro. Like, dude, money don't mean nothing.
Yeah, once you get to a certain level of money, like the elite, they stop talking about it. It's just like it's like the debt clock. It just keeps running. That's what it is. Money in their bank accounts are. It just keeps running. And that's just to put a number on some shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's way beyond that. The level of power is like it will be for us in the kingdom of heaven. We ain't gonna have no dollar sign with our worth,
bro.
We're gonna be
net worth.
The more you look at the debt clock, you see those numbers just keep on just adding up and adding up and adding up. All that is debt. But the scriptures say that he would make himself rich by debt.
Yeah.
So the more
debt he
incurs, the more wealthy he gets.
Yep.
So you're seeing his wealth increase as the people are further and further deeper in debt.
Mm-hmm. That's the same clock, right?
Yep.
And that's one aspect of the clock.
Yep.
With his man of his riches.
Hey, like it says in Psalms that this is the man who made who was that Psalms which says that this is the man who made his riches he put his trust in his riches. When he's gonna lose everything in 1 hour. You're gonna lose everything in 1 hour. The world, the kingdom is gonna be translated from one people to another just in that spur of the moment. So it's showing you how everything that he's built up for himself, just in the spur of a moment, is going to be brought down. He said, though he shall return it and build the desolate places, he said, I will throw it down.
52:7.
Yep.
I'll read it for you real quick. Psalm 52:7. Lo, this is the man that made not the Most High his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches and strengthened himself in his wickedness.
There it is. You know, but like it says in Proverbs 11:4, riches profit not in the day of the Lord's wrath. You know,
the day of judgment.
The day of judgment, man. And matter of fact, you still in Wisdom of Solomon 5, read 9 as well. Verse 9.
I'm right there. Now it says, all those things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that hasteth by.
Yeah, meaning all these things that these people vaunted themselves in, this shit all is going to pass away. It's going to come to an end.
As a ship that passed over the waves of the water, which when it is gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found, neither the pathway of the keel in the waves. Yeah, because it just goes back to regular waves. It's like it was never there. That individual wave, you can't number that. It's gone. Just that fast.
Yeah. So hey, that Esau is his world is gonna vanish away in the same fashion. All right. Hey, like it says in 1 John, the fashion of this world passeth away. You know, so that's why we're seeking the kingdom. The kingdom is never gonna pass away. That's forever and ever, man. And the saints shall take the kingdom, and it's gonna be what, forever and ever and ever, man. All right. So hey, this devil is being broken down as the kingdom of heaven is actually being built up. It's just being built up in the spirit. All right, and that's what's that's what we're patiently waiting on to be made manifest. We just got to endure to the end.
Right.
All right. You said you had one more thing.
I can let go. Because I already, it says 14, for the hope of the ungodly is like dust that is blown away with the wind, like a thin froth that is driven away with the storm, like as a smoke which is disappeared here and there with the tempest, and passed away as the remembrance of a guest that tarried but a day.
There it is.
And this man's rulership was like as a guest to the earth that was gone in a day. Half a day. You know?
You had all that. You had it all going on, and then just poof, that shit is gone. Everything is just like that.
Once you hopped on that airplane and flew away, it was like you were never there. That's what's going to happen.
That's what it's going to be when Esau is finally taken out of power. All right. So hey, we go, cap the lesson at right there, and the water for all you brothers and you sisters tuning in, and the water for your precepts. We didn't, it's Salakia, once again, y'all brothers be lighting the comment boards up.
Yeah, that's it, fine on the whole.
But hey,
we appreciate the participation.
Man. So Lord willing, y'all were edified. We'll give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rechak.
I want to the elder apostles of the great Muslim who well, peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah.